guess you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor five, the major lift, the baffled king composed a hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Hello, Kalamagans, I'm Dream Guerrero, and welcome to another month's lesson. This month we're teaching you Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. So I did a nice simple arrangement in G, and I hope you guys like it. So first off, let's start out with your chords that we're going to be using for the song. It's in the key of G, and our first chord is the chord G. Pointer finger, C string 2nd fret, ring finger E string 3rd fret, middle finger A string 2nd fret. Next up we have an E minor chord. Pointer finger A string 2nd fret, middle finger E string 3rd fret, and your ring finger on the C string 4th fret. Next up we have a C chord, ring finger A string 3rd fret. Next up we have a D chord, pointer finger G string 2nd fret, middle finger C string 2nd fret, and your ring finger on the E string 2nd fret. You can also hold this with one finger if you're familiar with that. Middle finger is going to be holding up the top 3 strings on the 2nd fret. So you can either hold it like this or like this. It should be the same. And last but not least, we have a B7 chord, pointer finger bars the 2nd fret, middle finger on the C string 3rd fret. Alright, so those are the chords that we're going to be using for Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. Now I want to go over the rhythm pattern with you folks. So for the rhythm pattern, I'm going to show you a strumming pattern and also a finger picking pattern that you can use to play this tune. So for the strumming pattern, the pattern goes down, up, chunk, up, down, down, up, chunk, up, down, down, up, chunk, up, down, down. Alright, so if we were to play that with our G chord, it sounds like this. Alright, so if you want to add a little pizzazz to this, and as you notice during the play along, I use my pinky finger for this one. And what I do is I use my pinky finger to add an accent to beat 1. So it's going to be like this. Pinky finger, and then the rest of the strumming pattern. So it goes like this on the G chord. And all it's doing is it's creating a nice accent to beat 1. Because when I exaggerate the strings with my pinky finger, combined with the nail, it gives a nice little contrast to the rest of the strum. Alright, now let's go over those chords for the chord pattern. So what we're going to do is we're going to play G and E minor, G and E minor. Okay, so for the first part, and each chord is going to get 1 bar. So it sounds like this. Alright, so next up we have a C chord, then D chord, then G, then back to D. Alright, so once again it goes G, E minor, G, E minor, then C, D, G, D. So let's try that whole thing. It goes like this. Alright, so you noticed every time I switch chords, I use my pinky finger to do that accent. And it's kind of letting the audience know that we're changing our chords. Alright? So now let's move on to the second part of our verse, which is going to start again with your G chord. And then here's the tricky part. It's going to go to C and D. C and D is going to share half of a bar. So it goes C, so it goes G. And all I'm doing is doing that accents on beat 1, doing that up, and then another accents for the D chord. So it goes like this. In order to exit out, I'm going to do another up and then go down to my E minor chord for the next phase. So once again, G, C, then D, then to the E minor. And we're going to go to C from there. Alright, so once again, G, C, and D to E minor to the C. And that's our major lift. And then we're going to go to D, and then B7, then to your E minor. Okay, so let's take a look at that second part of the verse. G, C, then D, then E minor, then C, then D, B7, and to E minor. Okay, that E minor is going to get 2 bars right at the end. And that takes care of our verse. Then let's try to play the whole verse together. All right, here we go. Follow the chords that are in front of you. 1, 2, ready, go, G. Alright, now that takes us to the chorus. And the chorus is nice and simple. Starts out with a C chord, hallelujah. 2 bars, then to E minor. 2 bars again, back to C. 2 bars, then to G. 1 bar to the D, back to G. And once you get back to the G, what you're going to do is you're going to do a little vamp, which is that G to E minor. And you're going to do it twice, okay? So that's kind of our turnaround, or vamp as we like to call it in Hawaii. So G, E minor, G, E minor. And you stop, and then it goes back all over again, okay? So let's take a look at the chorus one more time. Let's play it together from the C. 1, 2, ready, C. Hallelujah. To our turnaround. Alright, and that just repeats the whole chord pattern over again. Okay, so let's take a look at the finger picking pattern that we can use with this song. So the finger picking pattern, I'm going to use my thumb on the C string, pointer finger on the E string, middle finger on the A string. And the pattern is going to go like this. C, E, C, A, E, C. Goes like. So C, E, C, A, E, C, C, E, C, A, E, C. Alright, so if we were to do our little turnaround on that G and E minor, it sounds like this. Time. So nice and simple. You can use that. Let's try to do the verse together with our finger picking pattern. Okay, here we go. To the C, D, G, G, the chorus, E minor, to the C, G, D, back to G, E minor. Alright, and like I said, that just pretty much repeats the song all over again, and you can use that same pattern, those same chords, for all the verses. Okay? So, you can pretty much play the whole song from there. You know the verse, you know the chorus chords, and you know a couple of rhythm patterns to use with those chords. But I have one more part for you, and this is the picking pattern that I've created, so it gives a nice little intro before the vocals come in. Okay? And it sounds like this. You can make it even fancier, which sounds like. Alright, so here are the notes that we're going to be using. First off, A string, 2nd fret, then 5th fret. I like to use my pointer finger for the 2nd and pinky finger for the 5th. At the middle and ring finger goes on the A string, 7th fret, and E string, 8th fret. You're going to strum that full chord. So it goes like, strum it twice, strum it one more time, giving an accent to the A string. Then pointer finger goes on the A string, 5th fret, and then strum down on an E minor chord, accenting the A string. Repeat. This time, when you land on the E minor, use your middle finger on the A string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, then D chord. Take your ring finger, play E string, 3rd fret, and that leads you to your G chord for the turnaround. So the whole thing sounds like. Alright, and if you want, you can add finger picking patterns in there, but just pretty much keep the same melody line. So all I'm doing is I'm using that same pinky finger accents, and what that does is because I use my pinky finger, it allows the rest of my fingers free to just do some finger picking patterns in there. And then do the same thing, pinky finger strum. Pointer finger on the A string, 5th fret, E minor, finger picking, so basically all you're doing is you're doing the same exact thing but adding your pinky finger as an accent to beat 1, and then doing random finger picking patterns in order to accent whatever it is that you're trying to hold. So for example, when we go to the A string 7 and E string 8, we're holding that note for a little bit, and we use kind of a random finger picking to make that sound even longer. So it sounds like versus. So what we're doing is we're adding those finger picking patterns in there to kind of fill in those gaps where it sounds a little bit empty. But some people like that emptiness in that song, so you can either do it just single note finger picking, or multi-string finger picking. Okay? So you can use any one of those. And that is your picking pattern to Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen.
And I've seen your flag on the marble arch, and love is not a victory march, it's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Alright guys, that was Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is actually one of our most requested songs here at Ukulele on the Ground, and I was more than happy to provide a nice simple arrangement that you guys can play. Make sure you check out the play along and play along. This is Aldrin Guerrero for ukuleleontheground.com signing off. Aloha. Hmm? Okay. Is she back there? Rusev Machka.